So much has grown. But there are no roots, no herbs.
What are you looking at, Jonathan?
The garden is in disorder. I want it to be right again, but I don't know how to do it.
Before I became prior, I thought the same about Kingsbridge.
Well, what did you do?
I cleaned up.
Where do we start?
Some plants are weeds and must go before we can plant new seeds.
What are weeds?
They take away what the other plants need to grow. Light, water, room.
What do we do?
Pluck them. They look a lot like every other plant, so you need to learn how to tell them apart. Here, you see those? They're called wood sorrel. Let's pluck only those.
I'll do it.
If you insist. Make sure to pull out all of the thin...
And now what do I do?
For plants to take root, the soil must be loose and fertile.
So, done. What's next?
Stay here. I'll be right... Now, where did you put them? Ah, here they are. I found these nuts for you. Remember, Milius? You always said that one day there will be a beech tree growing here. I think it's about time.
What did you bring?
Do you remember Milius? A kind man with a warm smile. Well, he told me to give you this.
Wow!
Now we...
All right.
Too long for us to keep sitting. Something, and only with patience will you...
Why do we have to do all these things if all we had to do is wait?
Simply waiting would not have been... You just paved the way. They are happening right now. And in a few days' time, we will return and...
Oh.
Maybe
Does he make things grow?
you made it.
No. I just planted the seed.
Now you can fetch some water from the rain barrel.
But that water's smelly. It's been there forever. There are many trees by the river. I bet that water's better.
That's a longer walk, though.
I don't mind. The distance is worth it.
Maybe you're right. It is worth it. Let's walk together, then.
But I'll carry the bucket.
Why isn't Remigius holding the sermon? What's gotten into Philip?
Our church lies in ruins. But something that, until...
What do you mean?
God... While you and I have waited for God to make things better, a lot has happened. Hardships and happiness. Yesterday, I heard the choir sing a new chant and was moved. Today, Jonathan tended to our garden to make it... And he told me of things I almost had forgotten. God doesn't work. All good and all evil the scripture tells us about are not out there or in here. They are within. God made us in His... Thus, we carry the godly spark within us. But we have witnessed that man can have the devil in... Prayer needs no special place. In our actions,
We are God's temple.
no man is closer to God than any other man. Whether you pray in church or on the street, whether you're a man, woman, monk, or bishop,
Philip, look outside. You have to see them. You've got to see the horses and the colours.
Jonathan. Now, what's going on?
I heard noises and I went to look.
Calm down. What happened?
But the priest said they brought a miracle.
Who? What? What priest?
Step right up, brothers, for you are about to see something that will change your life.
Who is that?
They brought us a miracle.
A miracle?
Don't be shy. There is no danger. Just... Ah, you must be Prior Philip. I am Brother Reynold. I have been sent by the Archbishop of Canterbury. Here is his letter, in case you have... We've been charged to accompany the... She is to replace the loss of your relic, Saint Adolphus the Martyr, who was taken from you, I hear, with brute force.
What?
On her travel from far away Africa, she has...
I can't believe this. What is all this?
You do believe. That is why she came. The Weeping Madonna came to me in a faraway land named Africa.
What country did you say?
We have traveled all the way from the faraway land.
Africa has many.
Yes, it does. I knew not her powers or destination.
What's it like in Africa?
The sun is always shining, and miracle. It's a land of great deserts, fig trees, and creatures that an Englishman can't even dream up. They are not. To you, they might resemble horses, but the name the Many bore witness to her miracle before it dawned upon me.
You mentioned there were fig trees in Africa. What are they?
It looks like
The scripture mentions these.
No two apples look or taste alike.
I'm getting the impression that this man has never... But why would he lie?
But I wondered, what shrine should be her shelter? This time, it was the Madonna herself who answered my questions. She said, "You shall
They look
build me
almost-
a new church in Kingsbridge."
Hollow. Feels like a wicker bud.
So we set off, with the blessing of Archbishop
Do you speak English?
Theobald of Canterbury.
No English, no campandare.
Oh, what's this? I think you might have stepped into horse dung.
What? Where?
No English.
Just un poco.
Could you talk to this man, Martha?
Yes, it's strange. He told me he was from Damascus.
Isn't Damascus in Arabia?
There's one in Africa too, I'm sure.
Why are you pretending you can't speak English?
No inglese.
And along the road,
What is in
from
this book will
Paris,
not help.
across Normandy,
Have they revealed?
Not e-
over the sea, and all the way to Kingsbridge. Devout Christians have given money for the building of the Church of the Weeping Madonna.
I am...
This Church of Kingsbridge.
Why are you hiding?
The Weeping Madonna has chosen you.
That's not fit for...
All of you. Now, brothers and sisters, but it is in places like these, and in dark times like these. Can you You are... The Madonna knows. The Virgin Mother had to witness. Kingsbridge has endured many hardships. Prior James left you before his time when you needed him the most. Your old cathedral was burnt,
How do you know that?
and your new one collapsed even before. You have...
Dada!
All of you have lost husbands.
Dada!
All of you know how it is to be hungry and
Jack. Helena.
Philip.
But this is...
A miracle, isn't it? Or something along those.
But how?
We thought it was time to give Tommy a home.
The boy? Your boy?
Well, Philip? Do you recognize him? Our little Tommy?
Tommy? But... Just what are you doing here with these... Do you think I wouldn't notice it's all artifice? Your camels are horses. Your foreigners are English faking their accent. Your shrine is an old cart with decoration. And Reynold is just a dubious man speaking nothing but lies.
The camels were a bit much, weren't they?
With the Madonna, we were able to collect donations for your priory.
Really? What's the catch?
I'll get to be Master Builder.
Why?
I've studied the cathedrals, churches, and houses they build in France and Spain. I saw how different their constructions were, with new shapes, colors, and ideas. Oh, you should have seen it. They combined rib vaulting and pointed arches. I want to do that. That's why.
Why here?
Because this is home.
What you're doing is selling the people a lie.
This is a harmless deception.
There is no such thing as a harmless deception.
It serves the same purpose as an illuminated drawing in the Bible.
Our show illustrates the truth that the Weeping Madonna comes from a faraway land, which it does.
And she can weep too. Though
You want to sell something explainable as a miracle.
the church does the same. You said so yourself.
Yes, I said that it was not right that the church is faking miracles.
But it works, doesn't it?
Oh.
Jack, you came back.
We wanted to see you.
How are...
Oh, I'm fine. But look at you. And
Tommy,
How are the others?
Alfred left Kingsbridge. Richard shows up every now and then. And Ellen returned to the forest.
we need to visit her.
What's wrong, Mother?
I'm glad you're back.
I am too. Very glad.
She looks like she's about to cry.
She will weep for your suffering, Kingsbridge. She knows your pain.
What now?
The miracle.
Her eyes are wet.
Her eyes,
Look at her.
they're shining.
She cannot hold her tears any longer.
She is made of wood. It's impossible.
Why are you weeping?
She's mute ever since her husband died.
The Madonna has suffered as I have. She understands.
It seems through her faith in all of your lies, Mary has found a miracle. We can't keep trying to repair Kingsbridge by ourselves. Things are not improving. We're struggling to keep things as they are.
But we can't afford to hire help.
Without farming and fairs, we're back to Prior James's time.
All these past years, my advice was good enough for you. But it appears you've changed your mind now, again.
It is time we started doing something to wake up and make Kingsbridge what it used to be. We did before and we...
I'm not willing to accept a risk like that. Don't you remember what... My, how...
I remember well.
And still, you put your trust into a group of random... Philip, why in God's name have you stood by and let this happen? They're tricking us into giving them money for false idols.
They are giving us money.
So that we'll place this idol in our priory? Do you approve of this?
People need hope. And these Yes, it is a deception, but... Mary speaks again. Is that not...
You fell for them. You really did. And now I'm warning you, I cannot support a prior who...
Your threat won't, no matter how unconventional. Their return and their...
You made your decision, Philip of Gwynedd. I resign. I'm...
You got so big, Tommy. And you're just as shy as your father was.
Don't let him fool you. Usually, he's always up to something.
We are so proud of you. Of both of you.
Is she still here? Your wife, Agnes.
No. Ellen and Martha moved her to Kingsbridge. She got a proper burial this time.
Will you come back with us too?
Would you want that?
Yes. I need your help with the cathedral. Philip and I have big plans.
We'll come.
Ellen, we found Jack's family in Cherbourg.
The place he came from wasn't Cherbourg, it was Cherbourg.
But... really? What were they like?
They were good people.
His grandmother said Jack looked just like him.
He does. But they never came for him or asked about him.
They thought he was dead. His ship sunk. He'd always wanted to go to England.
Have you ever heard of the White Ship? The king's family drowned.
My father was there. He was the only one who survived.
Not for long.
You told me that he was accused of stealing a chalice.
Yes, but I know he was innocent. I heard the story and had to find out what he looked like. He told me his name. I fell in love. I helped him escape. But in the end, they caught up with us.
What happened then?
They hanged him. I was there. And you were there, Jack. But you weren't born yet. He was led to the gallows. Everyone was quiet. The people somehow knew he was not a thief. But I knew for sure. He told me. He was so afraid. He didn't want to die. I didn't want him to die. And I prayed. Then I heard his voice. Quiet.
Sang sweeter than ever, as if the falling melody might wing and net dissever. At dusk the hunter took his prey, the lark his freedom net.
No! No!
You said that 3 men were responsible for Father's death.
Who were they?
The Sheriff of Shiring, Percy Hamley, Prior James of Kingsbridge, and Archdeacon Waileran Bygod. They showed no mercy. Neither did I.
I curse you! All of you! He will return to haunt you! One day, you will be judged for what you did. Your houses shall be consumed by fire. Your life shall end in pain and agony. You shall grow old in sadness and regret.
The people they killed will return to haunt them. I promised them.
We welcome our new Prior Remigius. He helped to recover the bones of the Saint of Kingsbridge, Adolphus. Adolphus already rests safely in this great cathedral of Shiring. Our master builder Alfred promised me that it will only be a matter of a few years until the and the Earl of Shiring has promised to support us. But he has not done so for him. No, his mother, Lady Hamley, is sick. More and more, I feel the whole of England is suffering. The sickness of war, poverty, and most of all, heathen beliefs. I have spoken to... I asked him, begged him to walk amongst... But God told me that only when this great cathedral... No matter the cost, this shall be a towering castle to protect... With this cathedral, we will...
Waileran Bygod.
Jack? What are you doing here?
My father died by your hands, Waileran. His name was Jacques Cherbourg.
How dare you talk to the bishop like that?
He died right here!
Who are you?
I know that man. He's that bastard from Kingsbridge.
That man is my husband.
You?
All of you, listen to what we have to say. From now on, Kingsbridge is protected.
By our knights, by our walls, and by the word of the king.
So whatever you do, we will defend our town, our market and fulling mills.
And our cathedral, which we shall rebuild. All workers are invited to come and work for us.
Oh, preposterous.
If you so much as try to bring harm to us, Bishop, we will make sure that you pay for everything you did.